Hello everyone, my name is Harsh Kumar Khatri and welcome to another session on Flutter 101 Bootcamp. I am hoping that you guys are enjoying the bootcamp so far. So we have covered various different things till now, and if you haven't watched all these things, you can go on our channel and find the videos which we have done like on the channel itself. Now let's move towards today's video. So in today's video or today's session, we'll be creating this music app or this music player app in Flutter. So you can see that here are various different items listed inside this app. Sorry for my app to be a bit laggy as various different things are running in the background. So let me close all of these things. So I'll close my Chrome tabs, and now let me rerun the app. So I'll be hot restarting it again, and in the hot restart you guys can see that it is displaying a splash screen also, in which a cow image is getting displayed. So it is basically a GIF which will be getting displayed. So let's wait for a while so that the image can hot restart. So you can see the restart is completed, and here in the app screen you can see that it is displaying us with an gradient color, and in the center it will also be displaying us with an cow image or a cow GIF. So the image was not able to load, so let me try and hot restart it again and see if it is displaying now or not. So if it is not displaying as of now, we don't need to worry, we'll be coding all the feature all by ourselves, so we don't need to worry if it is not. So here it is. So it is getting displayed here. It is basically a loading screen. Now let's see how the app works. So we have various different options or various different things which are available here. So all these things are hard coded, and like it is not taking anything from our device manager or from our file manager. All these things are hard coded, and I have added them all by myself. And now when we'll be clicking on any of the particular item, it will be playing us a song. So it is saying no brainer, but it will be playing a particular song. So let me pause this song. So I am hoping that you guys heard that song which was playing. So for now I have added all the like for all the items stored here are having this particular song to be played in the background. But once you guys will know the concept, like how you can create this particular app, you can add various different songs according to yourself. So we'll be using 5 different screens, or like we'll be coding for 5 different parts of our application. The first one will be main.dart, which will be running the splash screen which you guys just saw. Like the cow was like running around and it was displaying loading. So the first screen will be a splash screen. Next we'll be having a home.dart file, which will be the main page of our app. We'll be having an profile screen, so it is like optional. So I guess if the video gets long or the session gets long, we can skip this part. We'll be having a music playing screen, which was the red screen having the pause play next icon at the bottom. And at last we'll be having this splash screen which will be displaying from this home. So let's start by coding or like working on the splash screen first. So here you can see that the splash screen is displaying an error. So we need to create the splash screen inside our splash screen.dart file. So let me import material first, material.dart package first. After this, I need to import dart async. So I'll type async. I guess I need to add the code asy. So it is displaying it here, adding a semicolon, and we want to have the stateful widget type of splash screen. So I'll type stf and name it to splash screen. Now next thing which we need to add inside it is an init state. So and inside this init state we need to initialize a timer. So timer will be the basic time for which the screen will be displaying. So we'll be setting the timer to 5. Inside it we need to pass a duration which will be having seconds, set to 5. And next we'll be having an arrow function which will be after this particular time is completed, it will be transferring our web page into different screens. So the home screen will be taking or will be occurring once the timer is up. Navigator dot of context dot. So you guys must be thinking like what this push replacement is. So it will be replacing the current file inside the stack, which is this splash screen. So it will be popping this file and it will be pushing the file or pushing the screen, whatever we are passing inside it. So I'll be adding a material page route inside this. And this will be having a builder which will take a context and an arrow function taking us to home screen. We need to make this home screen, so we'll be working on it a bit later. Now let's work on the body part of our splash screen. So first thing which I'll be doing is I'll be removing this container and replacing it with scaffold. I'll set the background color to colors.white. The body part will be having a box decoration which will have a gradients. So for the box decoration we need to have a container first, and the container will be having the alignment as center. Next we'll have decoration inside it. So the decoration will be of type box decoration, which will have a gradient, and we'll be having a linear gradient inside it. The linear gradient takes a list of colors, and for the colors what we need to pass is we need to pass different colors. So the first one will be colors dot or color dot from RGBD. So red, green, blue, and D I guess stands for the darkness. So it is saying it does not exist. So RGBO we need to make. So O stands for opacity, and I'll pass values inside it. The first value will be 168, 196, 208, and opacity set to 1. The next color which we want our app to have is colors.green with value of 4. So these are the two colors which we'll be having inside our app. So let me add the second color quickly. Colors.green with value 400. And the last color which we wanted to have, so I guess these are the two colors. Now we need to set the begin and end of our like from where the colors or the gradient will be appearing. So begin will be set to top center and end will be set to bottom center. So let me add those inside this linear gradient. So after this color ends, why it is not appearing? Yeah, so after this colors end, I can add a begin. So the begin will be set to alignment dot top center, and end will be set to alignment dot bottom center. So the braces have been deleted. It is still showing us the same error for the home screen, so we don't need to worry about it. We'll be creating that. Now inside the box decoration or inside this container we need to add a child. So I'll have a child name as image dot network, and it will take an source for the image. So I'll copy a link to the GIF. So you don't need to worry, I'll provide the link to this project in the description box, so you can get the link for the this image from there. Now this is the image which will be displaying inside it, and after this we need to like send it to the home screen. So let me fix this typo and start working on the home.dart file. So the home.dart file will be of the type STF. So we'll be having a stateful widget or I guess like inside the app we also are not having anything which needs to be updated all by itself, so we can also use stateless. Let's move it stateless as of now to save or to make the app like a bit different from the ones which we have coded till now. So we are importing a material dot and stl, adding the name as home screen, saving it, and inside the splash screen we need to import it, quick fix, and import this. Now when we are trying to hot reload, the app is displaying us with a black screen. Let me hot restart it again. And inside the home screen what we can do is, inside this container we can pass something as a child. So I'll add a child which will be saying hello. Let's wait for the hot restart to complete. So you can see that it is displaying us with a gradient and the GIF is still loading, and after the successful loading or after 5 seconds have completed, it has taken me to this hello this homepage screen which is displaying hello in the center. Now let's work on the app bar and the body part of the screen. So I need to remove a container from here. So selecting it, and in place of writing scaffold, inside the scaffold we will be having an app bar set to app bar. The app bar will be having a background color of green, and we'll be having the title set to music player. And after this title we need to add some actions. So these are the actions which I guess will be taking us to the profile screen, and we'll also be having a pop-up menu button which will be displaying a logout and a settings pop-up. So those won't be working as of now, but they are just for like decoration purpose. So inside the app bar let me add some actions. It takes a list of widgets, so I'll pass an icon button inside it. The icon button will be taking an icon, so I need to add icons dot account circle, typo fixing. I need to add an on pressed inside this, as it is an icon. The on press will be having a navigator dot push with it, so it will take a context. The route will be set to material page route. The builder will be taking a context and an arrow function. So it is displaying us with some error. So I guess the reason being we need to add an arrow function, or we need to enclose so arrow function fixes this error. And now next what we can do is we can add a profile screen for now, or what we can do is we can cut this and add null. Next we can add a comment here or a to do here saying add profile screen. So if like the session remains under 1 hour, then we'll be adding the profile screen as well, else we'll be skipping it. So it is basically a screen which will be displaying two text fields. So let's see next thing, which is the pop-up menu button. So we need to add that pop-up menu button inside our actions only. So where does the actions, yeah, so actions is opening here, and after the icon button I need to pass pop-up menu button, and it takes an item builder which takes a context, and inside this context we need to return something. So we'll be returning two items. The first one will be logout, and the second one will be settings. So these are the two options which will be displaying inside it, and we need to map this as well. So mapping it, map takes a value or choice of e, and then Let me delete this null and this arrow function from here, and I can add braces here. Now inside it I need to return pop-up menu item. So u needs to be small menu item. The pop-up menu item will be taking a child, so the child will be of type text, and it will be of like choice whatever we are having. So we'll pass e inside it, and the value will be set to e whatever we are passing inside it. So it is displaying us with an error. So I guess we need to add a dot list after this. So we need to add it here, dot to list, and then adding a semicolon. It is also displaying something, so it is expecting a semicolon here as well. I guess it is expecting a semicolon, or like some brace is missing at last. Expected to find. Still it is showing us an error. Expected to find in this. Now the errors have been fixed. Let me add some commas to increase the formatting. So these are the options which will be displaying inside this pop-up menu button inside our home.dart file. So you can see here the profile screen is also displaying and the pop-up menu button is also displaying. So when I click on this pop-up menu button, it is showing me logout and settings. So we can click on these and set our screens according to the choice which we have made. Now let's move towards the body part of our application. So for the body part, I'll be having a single child scroll view. So it is basically used for adding scroll things to our app if we are having a particular column inside our application. So I'll add a column. Now inside the column, I'll be adding main axis to set to minimum, and then we'll be working on some children's inside this column. So setting main axis set to minimum. I guess I need to remove alignment and add size in place of this. Now the errors have gone away. Let's work on the children part. The first thing will be a text saying recently played. After inside this text we can pass some styles as well. So passing in style saying font size to be 18. Now after this text we'll be passing a sized box which will be having a height of 210, and we'll be having a child inside it. The child will be of type padding, and the padding will be having a padding which is one of the compulsory things, which will be set to h insets dot from LRTB. So from left, top, right and bottom the values will be 10 5 10 5. Deleting this 10 5 10 5. Now next thing we need to add is a children inside this padding widget. So I'll type a child, and we need to have a list view builder here. So list view dot builder. Now this will be having the physics set to clamping scroll physics. So before adding an item builder, let me add the physics as well. Clamping scroll physics. So selecting this option, we'll be setting the shrink wrap to true. Next we'll be having scroll direction set to horizontal. So scroll direction, so we don't need to pass scroll direction, we need to pass an axis direction. So axis dot horizontal. Next we need to pass item count inside it. So adding in item count set to value 15. Now we can start working on the item builder. So inside the item builder, replacing this null with context and then passing an index inside it. After this, we can have an arrow function which will be having some widget inside it. So we'll be having a card widget inside it. So I'll add a card here, and the card will be having a child as container, which will be having color as transparent. So child set to container, saving it once so that the formatting can take place. It is displaying us no, I guess there are no errors in this app. Yeah, so inside this container we can pass the color to color dot transparent, and after this I can add a child as column. So it has deleted this. Child set to column. Now we'll be having some children inside this particular column. Children will be inside this column. So the first one will be a raised button, and the raised button will be having on press. So we'll be pushing a particular screen, which is the music screen. So adding parentheses and these. Now I'll add navigator dot push, and along with the context we need to pass a route. So the route will be of type material page route, and we need to pass a builder which will be having a context, and after this context we need to add an arrow function, and then we can specify a main screen, or we can delete this main screen for now, and then add a null, and then add a to do here saying add main screen. So generally keep on adding these to-dos inside your application, or whenever you are working on various different things inside an application, so that you keep on remembering what things are done and what things are yet to be done. So after this, inside this raise button I can provide a color. So after this, on pressed, adding a comma, the color value will be set to colors dot red, and I can add a shape with circular borders of value 18. So shape will be having rounded rectangle border. So here it is, and it will be taking a border radius. So border radius dot circular, set to value 18 as radius. Saving it, formatting thing takes place. Now let's add a child for this raised button. So here it is, and inside it we have to add a child, and child will be of a type container having color set to colors dot red. Next we'll be having a height set to 150 and width set to 160. We have added 2 commas here, and after this we need to add a child. So the child will be of type image, and we can add image dot network image. So this will be basic link for the Flutter logo, which is there on the Flutter doc file. I'll copy the link here in my clipboard and paste it. So I think it has taken quotes in the starting, so there are no quotes in the starting. It will be missing something, adding a comma and this parenthesis brace so that the error goes away. Now let's move towards the second thing which we will be having inside it. So inside this column we need to have an align. So align will be telling, or align will be saying a name of the artist which we are having. So for now I'll add align, which will be having an alignment, and the alignment will be set to center. Next we'll have a child which will be having a text widget saying Justin, so that like this is the name of the artist which we will be having. Let's wait for the hot restart so that the name appears on the bottom. So you can see that it is displaying various different items with the name Justin written on it. So this is how you can display a list view and set the access to horizontal. Now let's move towards the other widgets which we'll be having inside this particular app. So after this sized box, I'll add another widget which will be of type text. So inside this text, we'll be having a text saying weekly suggestion. So this is basically like providing a user with a feel like this app is a music app. So we are adding various different features which a music app has. So you must have seen inside Spotify or Savan app. So these are the feature which it generally has, like displaying various different categories, suggestions, weekly, and so on. Next, we can add another card here. The card will be having a child as a list tile. So it needs to be tile, and it will be having an on tab, keeping it blank for now. And we'll be adding a title inside it. Clearly, the title will be of a type widget. So text motivation $int. So I guess we need to pass the index inside it if I'm not wrong. Let me see. So int here. Now after this, what we need to do is we need to add a subtitle as well. So after this title, I'll add a subtitle which will be of a type widget, which will be saying having a text saying this is some description for motivation songs. We need to add the on tab thing as well, so let me add it quickly. And inside it I'll be pushing the screen to the main screen or the music screen which we'll be having. So I can copy navigator dot push from like top, and then I can add it here. So I need to add main screen here as well, or like music screen here as well. Now after this we need to add it like 2 to 3 different times, like various different times we can add this particular card. First save it and see the formatted version of it. Now I'll copy this particular card by selecting it, copying it and pasting it multiple times. So saving it and seeing what takes place inside our app. So you can see that it is displaying various different items here. So whenever we will be clicking on a particular item, it will be taking us to the music screen. So the next part which we will be working on is the music screen, or yeah, so let's move towards the music screen part. So this is the main screen which has most of the things which we need to work on, and this has the various different complex components which we need to code. Let's start by importing material.dart, and after this we need to have a stateful widget as various different things will be changing inside it. I'll add music screen inside this, and after this we need to initialize various different things. So the first one will be a type of duration, adding an underscore so that it remains a private, like it should be accessible in this particular class as only. Adding a duration again, copying it, pasting it one more time and changing the value of this duration to position. Next we'll be having an audio player like advanced player inside it. So we'll be using a similar one like the one which we use inside our dice app, or like tic-tac-toe game app. So this is similar to that. If you haven't checked out videos related to them, then you can watch them. They are available on the channel. I'll name it to advanced player. and after this setting it to audio player, and adding a semicolon at the last. Now I'll be setting an audio cache. In audio cache will be having a named as audio cache, and it will be of type audio cache. We'll be passing a fixed player inside it, which will be of a type advanced player, the one which we have written above this. Next we need to set an init state inside it, and what we'll be doing is we'll be setting or we'll be stopping the advanced player, and we'll be adding dot stop so that it stops whenever this particular screen is loading. We'll be setting the audio cache to play a particular value or particular song which we are having inside this. So for now I'm using a static song file which I have added inside it. So let me tell you how you can add files inside this app. So you need to go to the pubspec.yaml file inside your project, and here you need to enable these assets. Then you can create an assets folder inside your app, and then you can add various different voice or audios which you want to have inside your application. So through this I have added this 2.mp3 file inside my app, and after this audio cache plays this file, we need to initialize an init player inside it. So init player is a function which we need to add after this. It will be of a type init player, and we'll be having or we'll be setting the duration handler for the advanced player to particular value or to particular moment of the song. So let me add it quickly. Advanced player dot duration handler, and it will be set to D. It will be taking the value as D, and we'll be having an arrow function which will be setting the state. So why is set state not displaying? Set state, and inside this we can set underscore duration to the value D. Now after this adding a semicolon here as well. Now we need to set the position as well, so I'll copy this only and pasting it here. So advanced player dot decoration handler, in place of D we can pass a P. Set state, we need to set the duration, or we need to set the position in place of this duration, and it will be equals to P, which we are taking here. Now we'll be having other function apart from this init player. So it will be for like shifting, or it will be like adding a particular duration or skipping to a particular duration. So we'll name the function as void seek to second. It will be having an integer of value second. Next we'll be having a duration which will be named as new duration. We'll add a duration to it. The seconds will be set to the second which we are having. So I have misspelled this. Duration, new duration. So second we are taking inside it and adding a semicolon inside this. Now we can seek, or we can jump the advanced player to the particular new duration which we are having. Advanced player dot seek to new duration which we have added above, adding a semicolon inside it. Now we can start working on the body part of this application. So removing this container and adding a scaffold here, and inside it we can pass an app bar which will be of type app bar, and inside this app bar we can pass let me fix the typo. So inside it we can pass a background color. The background color value will be equals to colors dot green, and we'll be having a title set to text which will be saying music player, and we'll be having some actions inside it as well. So let me copy the actions which we had previously inside our this home.dart file. So we'll be having mostly similar actions. So where it is, I guess this is the actions part. Copying it, and inside it, after this text widget, I can add actions. So I have added my actions here. So after this actions, we can start working on the body part. So I'll add a body here. Inside the body, we'll be having a container which will be having a height set to media query dot of context. So the context will be passed inside it as well. So let me enclose it inside another bracket and deleting this C, adding it again and fixing the typo for this media query dot of context dot size dot height. Next I'll add a width to it. So it will be of type media query dot of context, and I'll add dot size dot width to it, having the color set to red, having a child as column which will be having children. The first children which we'll be having is a sized box of height 80. Now after this, adding another children named as container, which will be having an alignment of center, and we'll be having a child set to circle avatar. So we have used this inside our UI app also. If you haven't checked it out, like you can go and watch it on our channel. We'll be having radius set to 80, the background color set to colors.green, and the background image set to a particular network image. Network image, adding an E here, and I have to pass a src inside it or a URL inside it, copying it and pasting it inside this. The network image is still showing us an error, so there is a typo, and alignment is also showing us an error, so there is a typo as well. Saving it so that formatting can take place. After it, we need to add some more widgets inside it. So after this container, I can add a sized box of height 120, and after this I have to add a text saying a name of the song. So I am hard coding it. You can like add the name according to yourself, setting some styles to it. So the text style will be having a colors dot white. The font size will be set to 35. The font weight will be set to, or we can just add bold for now. Adding another sized box with the height of 20, slider. So the reason why we are using a slice, so that we can like change the location of the song with whatever position it is currently playing. So inside the slider, what we need to pass is we need to set the value of this. So the value will be equals to underscore position seconds. So we'll be taking the position in seconds and we'll be setting it to double. And after this, the next thing which we need to pass is minimum, so the minimum value will be set to 0, so the song will be 0th value. And next thing which we need to add is a maximum, so the maximum will be equals to the duration of the particular song which we are playing. So duration dot in seconds dot to double. Next we'll have an on change, so it will be changing or it will be updating the values regularly, like running this on change function again and again. We'll pass a value to it and it will be having a set state inside it. The set state will be setting the state of the particular thing like constantly. So we'll run seek to second function inside it and we'll pass a value dot to int inside this and adding a semicolon and setting the value to v value. So the value will be set to value itself, so it is not recognizing this function. Let's see what we have added here. Seek second. So in place of seek second I can come down, copy it and replace it with this name. Now after this we can set the active color of this particular slider to green. Adding some commas here so that formatting could take place. Saving it. Next we have to add a padding, so the padding will be basically displaying us the location of the song, like where it is now. So as insert dot symmetric, so we'll be having symmetric padding inside it. As we are having a row, so it will be providing us an equal padding of horizontal with the value of 16 from both the sides. We'll have a children inside it, or we'll have a child inside it. Set to row. The row will be having some children inside it. These will be of type list. So I have made the typo here, fixing it. Inside it we need to pass a text which will be like displaying the position. So inside this string I'll add a dollar sign and two braces, and inside this braces I'll pass position dot in seconds dot to double. So insert also be here and to double. Next thing we can add here is a style to this particular text. So the text style, and the style will be of type text style, having a color set to colors dot white. Saving it, copying this particular text and pasting it again, replacing underscore position with underscore duration. Now we have to add some other widgets as well inside the column which we were having. So after this padding, adding a sized box here of height 30. Next we'll have another row inside this. So this will be displaying us with some various different icons, like we were having pause icon, play icon. So some of these icons will be working, but some of them won't be working. So these are just for display purpose. I'll set the main axis alignment to space around. So it will be providing some space like to all the elements which are present inside our application. Main axis alignment dot space around, and inside the children we'll be having icon. So the icon will be having icons dot local activity. The size of that icon will be equals to 35. So it is not recognizing the icon. Let's change this to this. adding another icon. What I can do is I can copy this only and paste it again and replace the local activity with skip previous, adding two more icons here. So the first one will be saying skip next and local activity will be replaced by loop. Now we need to have a play and pause icon. So in place of local activity I'll add play circle underscore filled. The size will be 35 and I can like either wrap it inside a gesture detector or I can use an icon button in place of this. So adding a gesture detector which will be having on tap comma so the typos go away. Now what we'll be doing is we'll be setting the audio cache to play the song which will be named as 2.mp3, adding a semicolon here. Now all the things are formatted. Now what I can do is copying this gesture detector and replaying this copied icon with this, and rather than playing this song what we can do is we can pause it. So this will be the work of our pause function or the pause icon which will be having inside it. So let's wait for the typos to go away. So rather than pausing this audio cache, we need to pause the advanced player here. So advanced player dot pause, removing the dot here, saving it again. So it will be pausing our app. I guess most of the things are covered inside this music player playing screen, so we can add it inside this. So replacing it with music player, waiting for a while so that it displays us with the options which are available. So it is not displaying us with anything. Let's move back to the screen. So now I guess it will be displaying us with the particular option. I don't know why it is taking so long. I guess because many things are running like parallelly, and we were having it at some other position as well. So added here, uh, adding it here as well, and adding it here. Now removing this. So I have removed the to-dos from this home.dart file. Let us wait for the hot reload to complete and then we can click on this particular any of these like widgets, and then we can go to the screen and the audio will be starting playing. So let me click on this motivation hint. So for now it is saying that the builder for route null, so I guess we need to hot restart it once. So the application has restarted. Let's wait for the app to restart as well here. So you can see the GIF is loading here and will be displayed with all the widgets which we have coded for and the list view which we have displayed here. So I have performed the hot restart again and the app is running here, displaying the GIF first like the splash screen, and you can see the various items which it is having. Now let's click on any of the widgets and let's see if it plays the song or not. So you can see that it is playing a song in the background, and also like we can use this icon to pause the song. So when I click on it, it will be pausing the song. One more thing which you can see here is that the song is of total 185 seconds, so it is displaying 185, and it is also displaying 8 seconds. So till now it has played the 8 seconds part. When we'll be clicking on this play button again or play icon again, it will be playing the song again. I'll pause it for now by clicking on this pause button. If we want to slide the song or if we want to take the song a bit ahead, we can also do it through this slider. So this slider has that feature like through which we can slide the song. Let's now play it once more. So you can see that as I have slided it to this particular position, it is playing from this particular position now. Let me pause it again and slide it to this position and click on this play button. So you can see that it is starting from this particular position, and the song is ended as of now. So once the song will be ending, it will be pausing automatically. Let's head back to this and play it one more time. So it will be starting playing from this particular position. I pause it as of now. So this was for the music player app which we have created. We have added this actions here as well. So like these are the actions which you can perform inside it. And one more thing is there that we are having a profile screen, but we haven't added it and we have set it to null as the session is already like exceeding the time limit. So like this profile screen is your task. Like you have to add a profile screen inside this application. It will be hard coded for now, as we are not having any JSON data or any APIs attached to our application which will be helping us fetch data from different servers. So for now you can like statically code and add name of a user, the date of birth of a user, location of a user, mobile number or email ID of a user, and then like add an image of a user by using an image widget. So you can add all of these things inside this profile icon or inside this profile screen. One more thing which you can do is as a task for this particular application or for this particular session, you can as of now I am adding this particular song which is playing for all of these widgets. So what you can do is you can replace this song with some other songs, and for this particular widget it will be playing one song, for this second song, for this third song. So you can add those songs as well. So this was it for this session. To sum up, we have created this app from scratch. So we have first added a splash screen which is displaying a GIF, which is a loading GIF. After this, it is taking us to this screen. We have added actions here for display purpose and a profile which you guys have to create, and we have added various different widgets and a list view here, and when we'll be clicking on it, it will be playing a song in the background. We can like move this song forward with the help of the slider, play and pause it with these buttons, and these next button, loop button or star button are for display purpose only. So this was for this particular session. I hope you have enjoyed this session and have got to learn something new. And if you guys develop and if you guys have completed any of the assignments, then make sure to share them on our Discord so that more people can get motivated from you and can also work on some similar apps like which you are creating. And that was it for this particular session. Thank you for joining. After this, we'll be having a doubt session or like a doubt thing on our Discord. So if you have any doubts related to this particular session, then you can ask them on our Discord server.